Green is for scientific bliss. That is the session that gets us thinking, that wakes us up.
On each day of a Carter seminar, the full group of PhD fellows receive the paper or article for discussion 24 hours before the scientific blitz. One PhD fellow is the presenter. He or she must speak in support of the paper. A second PhD fellow is the opponent and must argue against the paper.
My role in tomorrow's blitz, I will be arguing for the topic that was assigned to me, which is the fact that the WHO has removed transgender issues from being a mental health issue, and it's now going to be moved to another section of the International Classification for Diseases. Now it's going to be under sexual health.
That is why you really need to read ahead of time. Do we already have for tomorrow?
So we give you 24 hours.
24 hours, yeah. So you already have it for tomorrow?
I'm supposed to review literature, read around, and we've been given an article, look at that, and then build my discussion and argument based on the quick review I've been able to do.
And why we're giving you 24 hours is because we don't want you to have a week to prepare.
So it's a new area. I've never worked upon it. I know what it means, but I've never delved into the topics. So it's really interesting. I'm really excited about tomorrow.
It's a way of trying to get you to be able to think on your feet, to push you.
If I sleep well, I'm sure my brain will be clear, and whatever my opponent says, I'll be able to, can I use the word take him down? No, I'll be able to argue my point.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's Bliss.
The group of mentors or facilitators who are present for the Carter seminar also take part in the scientific blitz. One of them is the facilitator for the day. To guide facilitators, the Carter manual explains how to prepare for a scientific blitz and gives the objectives and outcomes.
The presenter, I want to put it up front, would have 5 minutes to present, the lead speaker, and then the opponent would have 2 minutes, after which there will be another 2 minutes for the lead speaker to respond.
Now, why are we interested in individuals who are transgender? Why are they transgender? Research has shown that there are multiple reasons and factors responsible for this phenomenon.
In the Carter process, the coordinator makes a careful selection of topics, one for discussion each day. The key reference for the day must be short, provocative, and relevant.
The topic forced me to go beyond the periphery and, just having basic knowledge, to actually become an expert, to have enough information to be able to marshal my points in support of the WHO recommendation.
Now, is transgender a mental health disorder?
Well, to prepare for the blitz, I had to search online and use reputable sources, because you can have all sorts of comments everywhere and it really doesn't amount to much unless it's evidence-based.
The researchers were able to report that the distress that transgender individuals experience is not as a result of their gender incongruence, but as a result of their experiences of social rejection, violence, and stigmatization.
It's not what you believe, it's not what you think, it's not your opinion, it's what does the evidence say. How are you going to use the evidence at your disposal to inform policy, to inform practice?
This is not a discussion about whether transgender is right or wrong. It's a discussion about provision of health for all.
The scientific bliss is an excellent method. It exposes you to many things just outside your perspective, because you have to play an opponent. Therefore, you have to know what the proponent will say. So it forces you to read outside your area. My sister has given her reasons, but I find them self-defeating because WHO goes ahead to define these issues around incongruence, which means that transgender is still out of place according to that term. I read like 6 papers, but I had to summarize them in 2 minutes. Now that requires you to have scientific presentation skills and also some skill where you can compress all of that information within 2 minutes and present it.
I would also like to call on Eniola, who will also respond to the opponent also in 2 minutes.
As a teaching method, it's actually fantastic because, our lines of thinking are formed by the society in which we live. But the blitz, you are under obligation to know the other side of the divide.
But you have talked in a stigmatizing way. You have said these people are mentally ill, and you are part of the problem.
Unfortunately, Steve, no time for you to respond.
All participants, not only the presenter and opponent, improve their skill and confidence in reading rapidly and critically, in searching databases, identifying relevant reading and condensing important points.
In public health, our emphasis is not just to treat the problem, we want to know what are the drivers of this problem.
While it is not right to say someone is mentally unhealthy because they prefer to be a different sex than they were born with, I feel like in some countries, and actually most of African countries, it acts like a protective cover for them.
But the society places those limitations. So people should be able to choose without being stigmatized, without being labeled as abnormal.
I'm pushing the men among the fellows to get ready to talk.
I would like to come from another perspective.
The Carter processes and the way in which it's different from the traditional way is the fact that it helps to break down the hierarchy between the professors and the students. In that sense, you co-construct meanings or what the issue is about. Good morning, everybody. So we'll be talking about another important issue, looking at who owns the university, institutional autonomy and academic freedom in an age of knowledge capitalism.
The scientific blitz is an example of interactive learning. And everything has to do with the preparedness, the confidence, and the capacity of the facilitator. You know, people think that these techniques are cut and paste and easy. They aren't. And it's really the confidence to do it. So you really have to be sure, be well prepared, and go for it. And even if you aren't feeling confident, act confident.
Well, as a facilitator, my role in the blitz is to make sure I understand what everyone is saying, both for and against the issue. It also means I have to read the paper thoroughly so that I know where the argument is going and so that I can direct the presenter. So we are hoping to have a very stimulating and engaging session this morning. Please can you welcome Mishinwe and Mary. So that's my role, is to moderate the entire discussion in a way that improves knowledge, in a way that stimulates our thinking, and in a way that helps the scientific or critical thinking generally.
Overall, the Scientific Blitz encourages fellows to reflect on the social and scientific context of their role and research.
These multinational companies have the power to trumpet positive findings and bury the negative ones.
If we start limiting or prohibiting some groups from funding research, then where do we draw a line?
When you invest in something, you expect a return.
We know money is the root of all evil, but like one of my professors would say, absence of money is evil in itself.
So I think when you start your day with a blitz, it helps put your thoughts for you to stimulate your thinking in a great deal. So I think that's one way in which Carter has helped to stimulate critical thinking, not just thinking on anything, on issues that are current, on issues that affect academics as well as the public.